So I get asked by people a lot that are first starting out on their journey to self-awareness and living a life of self-empowerment and self-leadership, and really connecting more inward. So they're starting their journey of inner work and work on themselves. They'll ask me, Erin, how do I communicate this with my partner or my spouse or my family? And a lot of times this is like the major thing that holds people back from stepping into this new way of being. And it holds people back from ultimately reaching their potential because they get so scared and so fearful of what others are going to think and what others are going to say. And going against the norm, which this path of inner work absolutely is not comfortable, right? And so it takes people out of their comfort zone, which is the only way to grow. And yet most people would rather just stay in the comfort zone than, kind of rile things up and make things, shake things up and make them different because they're scared of how it's going to affect those around them. And ultimately they're just scared of being judged. So I will tell you from experience, I too had those fears, and it was really, really hard and really painful to choose this path. And yet I am so thankful that I did. Had I not have chosen the path that I set out on 4 years ago to get to know myself in a way that I never did, to go inward, to go on this journey of introspection, to go on this journey of creating a new way of being, the journey of unlearning the conditions that I have picked up in life and the limiting beliefs that I placed on myself all of those years. If I had not gone on that journey, then I would not be living a life of joy and abundance. Now, going on this journey does not mean you don't have negative experiences. It does not mean in any way, shape, or form that you won't face hardships, face adversity, have turbulent emotions. No, that's all part of being human, and you will still have that. But you'll have the tools within you to manage all of that in a way that is much more graceful, with much more ease, and ultimately you have more gratification in life. You're not looking outside of you for the next thing to make you happy, knowing full well that it's never going to make you happy, that is within. That's not a lie, that's not a myth, that's not just a saying. That is truth. It has to come from within. Fulfillment, joy, abundance. Abundance is not money. No, money affords us things, yes, but it's not money. Abundance is the way that you live. It's your way of being. So who doesn't want to work on their way of being? Who doesn't want to develop a way of being that feels more peaceful and that allows them the space in their life to approach, whether it be work, family, children, friendships, community, approach all of that from a place of contentment and from a place of compassion. And I'm not saying here that everything's going to be, rainbows and unicorns and you're just going to be a nice person constantly. You're going to be moody and all of those things. Sure, you're human, but you have the ability to go back to your center once you're on this path. You have the ability to get yourself back on track much more quickly than if you don't have these tools. So the ups and downs aren't as high and low when you have these tools. And then the other thing I get asked a lot is, okay, Erin, this is definitely a journey that I feel like I'm on and I am really excited about, and I'm starting to notice some shifts. So how do I get my partner or my spouse to be on this journey with me? I want them to learn these things too. No. You cannot change another person. It's like that saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. That is utter truth. You can share, snippets of the new practices that you have, or snippets of the book that you're reading, or the course that you're taking. Sure. You can share how you feel that you're shifting. You can share your emotions. But what you don't want to do is try to force that person into the journey that you're on. They are on their own journey. And just because they might not be where you are does not mean that they are lesser than. It does not mean that they won't be on this journey of self-empowerment and awareness at some point. They likely will, but they have to get there in their own right. It's like the clients that I attract. I attract people who are ready to step into this growth, who are ready for evolution. People that this resonates with, it's not by accident. It's perfectly by design in their lives. They are ready for and courageous enough to take the step into it. And so my biggest lesson, because I was someone who early on, when I was having a lot of these, sort of epiphanies, I was trying to get my husband on the bandwagon, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm learning this, and this is so cool, and I had this experience in meditation, and all these things. And he was very happy for me, and at the same time, kind of like, whoa, who are you, and where's the person I married? But over time, within about 6 to 9 months, he started to physically observe in my behavior and my demeanor a lot of change. And that is where he became my biggest cheerleader with the inner work that I was doing. That's where, for him to create space for me and take the kids on a Saturday morning for a couple of hours so I could meditate and journal, became not an issue. He saw the sacrifices that I made, where I would, not watch Netflix 4 nights a week, and I would replace that with reading and journaling. So that is how it will start to happen for you with your spouse or your partner. Don't feel like you have to make them get into what you're into. Absolutely not. Any more questions about this? I'm always happy to talk. I absolutely love this stuff, and it's not easy. This is a path less chosen, a road less traveled, but it's well worth it.